welcome back to the World Business Forum 2016, and we are broadcasting live from Lincoln Center, New York City. My name is Noor, and I'm from Malaysia, and with me...
You have Ariana from Peru.
And today, we're so blessed and honored to have Amy Cuddy, who's a world-renowned psychologist, and also her work has been featured in New York Times, The Economist, and we are so excited to be engaged with you. And my first question is, as students, in order to build our personal branding, sometimes we do want to conform to what others want us to be. Mm-hmm. And what is your best advice of letting go of the fear of not being liked by others?
As you get older, you realize that you have to let go of it because you will not be liked by everyone else, right?
Yes.
So part of it is just practical. Like, you may as well accept it now rather than wait until 20 years from now when you realize you can't be liked by everyone else. I don't think that we have to totally let go of the desire to be liked by others. But I guess I would say, first of all, it's not going to be everyone, and that's okay. But second, it's more about wanting to connect with people, right? So I would say rather than worrying about the impression that you're making on other people, manage the impression that you're making on yourself. Make sure that you are treating yourself with respect and pride, and you'll carry that into the interaction. And also focus on connecting with people, understanding them, listening, responding, and having an actual meaningful connection. That you can walk away from feeling like you learned something and they learned something and both of you felt seen.
Yes. So it's important for us to connect emotionally and then understand each other's needs and also desires so that the whole synergy happens there.
That's right.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
it makes us love ourselves. So we are not so scared because that is personal branding on our self-perception itself.
That's right.
My question would be, you talk about building your personal power, but you know that there are almost 70 countries, almost 70 universities from different countries watching us, and the different cultures and realities sometimes are barriers for us to building our personal power. So what advice would you give to all the students that are watching back home? How do we overcome those cultural barriers when we're trying to build our own identity, when we're trying to be ourselves and trying to stand out?
I would be lying if I didn't say it's harder in some places than others, and it's harder for some groups than it is for other groups. But think of power as having two types. So you have power over others, or hierarchical power, and that's something that's hard to change. Not saying that it's not something that we should strive to change, but it's hard to change. But you also have personal power. You have power to do things. You have the power to access your best skills and your personality and your core values. That nothing should stop you from that, right? Nothing can stop you from that unless you allow it to. Right? So instead of focusing on sort of acquiring power or changing the hierarchy. In the moment, what you need to focus on is finding your own source of power within yourself, that you are free to be who you are. Of course, there are cultural norms that dictate to some extent what's acceptable behavior, and we all need to be aware of that in any culture and across cultures for sure. But nothing can stop you from having access to your best self. That is up to you.
That's really great. And I think that as students, sometimes we get intimidated by the idea of having to do something great. A lot of them saying that I'm not ready, or how do I do that? So what does it mean to build personal power? What steps can we take in order to start now?
One step is to understand who you are. And I know that seems like a strange thing to say, but I think a lot of us don't really understand who we are, what makes you who you are. And so I would say one exercise you can do is to list the top 2 or 3 core values that really make you who you are, the things that, if I took them away from you, you would not feel like the same person. And then you want to write about, choose the top one, and write about a time when you were able to express that and how it felt, and also why it matters to you, and that you're affirming who you are to yourself, and that reduces stress, improves performance. It grounds you in who you are.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank
We
you.
love having you here, and we are looking forward to more engagement. We'll follow you on social media as well.
Thank you.
So for those back at home or even live in the studio, just send us your feedback, and we'll be back soon for more content.